there's something major flying under the radar that most aren't paying attention to. Okay? I know a lot of people are euphoric, I know a lot of people are bullish, but here's the other side of the story that you may want to listen and hear. Why? Something could be upcoming, guys. Now, this just happened today, which is like a warning from Zero Hedge. United States ratings cut to AA1 from AAA by Moody's, right? Now, what does this mean? Well, Moody's downgraded the United States credit rating from this to that due to rising national debt. Bad sign, right? This is like a signal towards the collapse, right? Which the XRP community, from the Riddler side, I would say, has been waiting for. High interest rates and large fiscal deficits. This suggests the United States is slightly riskier for investors, which could increase government borrowing costs and affect treasury bond rates. Now, people are wondering, like, is this going to crash the markets, right? Oh, supposedly they did this today. They announced this today, okay? After the stock market closed. So on Monday we're going to see what type of effect this has, right? People are saying it's priced in and all types of stuff, but perhaps not, because here comes Michael Burry, and it feels like he knows something. Why? Breaking: Michael Burry has sold every stock in his portfolio except for a new position in I don't even know what this is, right? Estee Lauder, guys. I've never heard that in my entire life, but okay, so this was his portfolio, guys, right? He had Alibaba shares, all these other shares as well. Now, sold 100%, 100%, 100, like he just sold everything, guys. Interesting. Now, one has to wonder why this is the case and why did he sell all his shares, right? He liquidated his whole portfolio for what purpose? Somebody only does that when they heartedly, when they truly believe bad times are incoming. This isn't what I'm saying, guys. This is from this person who I think predicted the 2008 housing pop, right? Is he trying to predict it again? Not with the house, not with housing, but with something else incoming. Then, not only did he trim his longs, but he also loaded on puts. So I'm not too familiar with the stock market. I'm pretty sure puts is like something similar to shorting, or not really shorting, but when the market goes down, you make money, right? Because you're betting that the markets will go down. If I'm not mistaken, that's how that works. He's betting against Nvidia. Look at all these puts, by the way. Baba, Chinese stocks or companies, I guess. And then nearly 50% of his portfolio is a short on Nvidia alone, right? So he's thinking Nvidia is gonna basically die, right? The big bear is back, guys. That's insanity. So this person truly thinks there's gonna be a recession incoming. There's gonna be something that scares the market heavily. What could it be? I don't know, but we're going to try to figure that out in today's video. When you realize Michael Burry sold everything and only kept this one stock, and I was wondering what this is, right? So I searched it up, and this is what they are, guys. I'm like, wait, this has to be a mistake, really? Some type of makeup company, where you just buy all these products, guys, right? So this is weird. But then I'm like, wait a minute, perhaps not, because makeup is recession proof. That's so fascinating. Interesting. So that's why he believes a recession is incoming. He sold all his positions, right, in the stock market, and he only has one remaining, which is a recession proof company, right? Now, I don't know if this is the case 100% because I've never bought, I don't know about makeup, guys. I don't know if people do go out and buy makeup during recessions. I'm guessing they do. I think they do, right? It's like buying groceries or something, or certain evergreen products. I was wondering, during a recession, essential businesses and sectors like healthcare, you guys see, that's important, health, right? Medicine and stuff like that. Grocery stores, obviously for food, right, and different everyday necessities. So these things are going to stay alive if a recession were to happen, and utilities tend to survive and even thrive, as people continue to need these services regardless of economic downturn. Another sector I do believe will survive is casinos, guys, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think during recessions, people gamble even more, which is crazy to even think about. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. So it seems like to me, that's what he's preparing for, right? I just want to see if anybody else is wondering what this means, right? Now, maybe perhaps it's because the stock is going to explode, right? This is some type of squeezing pattern, and it's probably going to moon up, guys. So maybe that's why he's holding it, right? But supposedly the reporting period ended on March 31st before the April downturn. His positions could be totally different now, right? So is he still in certain positions or not? But last reported, he was betting hard against the market. And here are Warren Buffett's new holdings. He just sold, I think that's Bank of America shares, reduced -7%. Craziness, right? Is something gonna hit the banks hard? Buffett's positioning screams risk off. Look at that. As he doubles down on cash and T-bills, signaling defensive macro sentiment just as recession chatter heats up, right? So Warren Buffett is not deploying his cash. He's not going to deploy his cash until he literally sees the markets die, until he sees you and I in great suffering and pain. Do you guys see what I mean when I say these people take advantage of the crisis they actually planned ahead of time? Don't make this stuff up, guys, because JP Morgan isn't. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon continues to warn of an upcoming recession. Didn't his economist a couple days ago or last week said, we think a recession is now -50%. Never mind. The head CEO says, wait a minute. We're still warning of a recession despite pullback in China tariffs, right? That's what I'm thinking, guys. The only way, I'm telling you, if Jerome Powell will be a legend, if he could turn bullish without inducing a black swan event, which means money printing without producing, because you know these people are already plan things in advance. When it comes down to money, so instead of inducing a what is it called? A pre-planned event, right? A crisis, a black swan. And if inflation comes down, he starts printing, right? Since inflation has come down, he's going to be a legend. But is that going to be the case? I don't know, because these people are still warning for recessions, right? Then Ray Dalio's Bridgewater Associates opened up a $319 million position in gold. Supposedly Ray Dalio is extremely bearish on the NACs right now. Their economy, it seems as. Didn't Ray Dalio figure out that every 100 years or so, the market, there's a cyclical pattern that keeps repeating, right? Where the economy collapses and then a new financial system is brought forth with new currencies. And now he opened up a $319 million gold position. When you're bullish on gold, you're bullish on being safe, right? Like the world-ending type stuff. So the stock market could see a 50% pullback. Is this possible? I don't know. Let us investigate, guys. Well, with everything we have just seen, anything is possible. But I'm going to tell you guys what I think will happen with the markets if this even appears in just a sec.
correction. Take a look at these two charts. Both are the weekly S&P 500 chart. This one here is the tech bubble where it collapsed, and then we had the 2008 financial crisis, which even broke below the S&P 500, the 2002 low, and that was a 57% pullback. Well, if we take a look where we are now, we broke into the downside. We're having this bounce back up within a bearish phase. You can see where 57% downside is, and based on a bunch of different analysis, this is pretty much a very significant level on the chart that actually Fibonacci brings us to as well. Fibonacci retracement going from the 2008.
I'm just saying, if this scenario does happen, XRP is going back to 60 cents. I'm not kidding. I'm being truthful. You better pray this scenario does not happen. I'm not trying to fearmonger. I just want to throw out every scenario out there so we could get ahead of the curve for anything, right? Now, will this happen? I'm going to explain in just a sec what I think. But he's basically saying that history seems to be repeating, right? 57% if we do go down there, that's a recession, that's a black swan, right? Obviously, something major has to happen for that to go down that large. And it's going to be a V shape because the money printing will start down there, and they're going to print like 30 trillion. That's what I'm saying. Jerome Powell is going to be a legend. If this scenario doesn't happen, inflation comes down and they start money printing from up here. If that happens, Jerome Powell is a legend. But I think they really probably are going to induce some type of black swan event like this.
Lows brings a level right through here, and it happens to be the same as what we saw previously. So you can see, if you thought this little pullback recently, a 20% pullback was scary, try something that's going to wipe out, a decade, a lot of growth in earnings, and the fear and the stress that comes with that, and the bankruptcies and all of that.
Well, it's fine because you guys see what happened in 2020. They're just look, when it died, it came back alive in a month or 2 months later. So how could you be scared of this scenario? You shouldn't, right? We do see a few charts here as well that Bitcoin with 50-day and 200-day moving average, right? Bitcoin has just triggered the exact signal that preceded the 2014, 2018, and 2022 bear markets. Is history about to repeat it once again, right? So let's see what the signal is. I can't even tell. It seems like the 200 SMA, right, goes above the green line, which is the 50 SMA. Is that the case? Yes, it is. Oh, it happened again right now. Odd. Very odd. Which is obviously a bearish sign, right? That's with Bitcoin. Not to mention, from oversold to overbought, right, in 1 month. What is this? This is the NASDAQ, guys, right? Oversold, tariff stuff, and now we're at overbought again. So here's my game plan. I don't think we're gonna die until we get the liquidity from 110k Bitcoin. Do you guys see what I mean? They're not gonna make Bitcoin collapse. Minimum, in my opinion, I feel like they need to go to a new all-time high, minimum, because there's liquidity up there. Look, up until 111k, exactly where my resistance line is. Told you guys. Not to mention, Coinbase hackers had access to customers' data since January as well. This was a mini black swan that just occurred. Okay.
Which is that instead of paying this $20 million ransom, we're turning it around. And we're putting out a $20 million award for any information leading to the arrest and conviction of these attackers.
Look at that. So they were asking whoever hacked Coinbase for, I think, the data and stuff, were asking for 20 million. But they're like, nope, we're not going to pay 20 million. Right? So be very careful of Coinbase, guys. No exchanges are safe. And obviously during the black swan event, things are going to happen if it does happen. So be very, very careful, guys. Right? So much is happening. I don't know. Yeah, getting crazy out there. Let's just be prepared for any scenario, to be honest. Not financial advice. What is that, Sophie? See you.